Kitchens are one of the most important spaces in a home. Not only do we use this space to prepare food, but we also spend a lot of time socializing with our family and friends in this space and creating memories. I'm ASIRI from ASIRI Designs. This is a really special kitchen I'm designing as part of the Modern Live-Work Cabin project. On top of the challenge of designing a relatively small kitchen, this space also has to serve as a work area during the daytime, meaning that this kitchen will need to be concealable. I have a generic plan here of the kitchen layout. I marked out the location of the sink, the range, the refrigerator, and the line of upper cabinets above, but nothing else. So I'm going to mark out an interior elevation callout. This just shows us in plan what we'll be looking at in profile view. Just like how we draw a normal elevation, I'm projecting lines down from the plan to create the interior elevation. Next, I'm marking the countertop height at 3 feet above the finished floor. This is typical for kitchens. I'm also marking the height of the toe kick at 4 inches. I've marked the center line of the sink, and I'm sketching the rough height of the faucet just above the countertop. In a dashed line, I've marked out the depth of the sink basin just so I can get an idea of the upper drawer height alignments. I had this idea of making this a paneled refrigerator to blend in with the cabinets. This just makes the kitchen feel more bespoke and draws attention away from the refrigerator, since this room will also be used as a workspace. I figured the actual doors could have these custom integrated notched handles. The dishwasher will be an 18-inch unit and paneled with the same material as the cabinets as well. I thought the space next to the dishwasher could be a cabinet to vertically store pans or baking trays to save some space. Next, I started sketching out the lines of the base and upper cabinet drawers. My thought process behind this is to make sure that my horizontals are aligning as best as possible. Here I'm sketching out the location of the range hood. We need a range hood to make sure that we're exhausting all the cooking gases so that they don't build up and cause air quality issues. This usually has to be located just slightly above the base of the upper cabinets, since you need some work clearance when you're cooking. I wanted the base cabinets to have the same notched pulls as the refrigerator. This adds some continuity to the design, and it's something less conventional than your standard low-profile pulls. I also thought it might be nice to use some dovetail joints at the front corners to carry over this trapezoidal shape for the cabinet pulls. Continuity is everything. Now, a really important part of this design is that this kitchen needs to be hidden from view when not in use. There are several ways we can accomplish this. The first way would be to conceal a pair of some folding pocket doors. This is a lot like a bifold system, except the mechanism terminates into the wall to be concealed like a pocket door. You'd probably have this system running on a bottom track of some type. If we sketched this out as a detail, we would have our finished floor material here, which would probably be a slate tile, and then our base cabinet here with that 4-inch toe kick. And then we could leave a linear opening for the base track to fit in, something really sleek and low profile. The wheel hardware could fit into this notch in the track and then attach to the base of the solid door panel. Another option would be to use a prefabricated system like the Pocketsystem from Blum. Here, I'm sketching the rough layout of the door panels that will conceal the kitchen, and exploring the various opening operations we could use, whether it's more in the style of an accordion door or a double bifold system. I won't need to conceal the refrigerator since these doors will be flush with that surface, and will be finished with the same panel material. I decided to get rid of the notched pulls from the refrigerator since these doors would have push hardware. I think this makes for a cleaner, more minimalist appearance as well. At the ceiling level, I wanted my recessed light sources to be concealed. One great way to accomplish this effect is to build a baffle or slat ceiling. These will be constructed out of some vertical grain Douglas fir 2x3s and surface dressed on 3 sides. This also just gives some visual interest to the space and plays off of the Japanese-inspired aesthetics I'm aiming for with this design. We also get the added benefit of being able to hide ugly things like HVAC ductwork and electrical conduit. Now here I'm drawing my recessed task lighting. This will be a 3-inch recessed can light which I'm centering over the work surface. I'm also locating a recessed can above the sink and at the cooktop. I'm also marking out some under-cabinet lighting which will serve more as accent lighting, but can double for task lighting for extra surface illumination. We can build a small cabinet extension and then mount either some LED tape or a linear strip light on the back to conceal the light source from view. Then the light will softly illuminate the backsplash, and if it's a reflective surface, bounce back onto the countertop. For the material palette, I want to go with a combination of warm and contrasting Northwest materials. For cabinets, I was interested in exploring some softwood species like Douglas fir and hemlock. This is a sample of some vertical grain hemlock. It's a common and relatively inexpensive softwood in the Pacific Northwest, and has a nice straight grain pattern. It also has a really nice smell, almost like a sauna. Douglas fir and hemlock, being softwoods, can be easily nicked and will show some wear over time. However, we can clear coat them to protect them from damage from impact, moisture, and stains. This is a thin veneer of rift sawn white oak. This essentially gets glued onto a sheet of high quality plywood or MDF. The benefit of using veneer-faced plywood is that it's a lot less expensive and more readily available than finding large, solid panels of rift sawn white oak, especially with how popular white oak has become in recent years. For backsplashes, I really like the look of these glazed ceramic tiles. As I mentioned before, I want this design to have some Japanese influences, and tiles like these are often used in modern Japanese interiors. They're also easy to clean and contrast well with natural wood tones. This is a highly textured ceramic tile I got a sample of. While I do like it, the edges and grooves are a little too rugged and sharp, and it would be harder to clean. Another option is to use the same material for the backsplash as the countertop. This is a quartz sample from MSI called Midnight Corvo. Having the countertop spill up as a backsplash can look really nice and add to the sleek, minimalist aesthetic. Here I have a basalt tile. Basalt is one of my favorite all-purpose materials. It's one of the most common types of stone on the planet, and it's highly durable and can be used for countertops, backsplashes, floors, and even cladding. It can be honed, polished, sandblasted, you name it. For faucets, I decided to go with the Kohler Crue in matte black. It's a deck-mounted fixture with a pull-down spray head. It has a really sleek design and is modestly priced for the quality that you're getting. For the paneled refrigerator, I spec'd out a panel-ready product from Bosch. This is their 30-inch benchmark unit with options for either double French doors or a larger single-swing door. This fridge actually has a surprising amount of space considering that its width is smaller than the average fridge. I also spec'd out a Bosch panel-ready 18-inch dishwasher. This is from their 800 series, which has some nice features like touch controls, an adaptable interior for larger dishes, and of course the ability to accept custom panels to blend into the cabinetry. It was actually surprisingly difficult to find a decent 24-inch range. I actually considered redesigning the kitchen to fit a 30-inch range, but decided that the extra cabinet space was more important. This range is a professional electrical unit by Thor Kitchen in stainless, and has the same amount of power as most average-sized electric range cooktops and ovens. Unfortunately, this unit is not cheap for its compact size, but it'll work well for this modern cabin. The range hood is a 30-inch low-profile panel-ready unit by Imperial. It exhausts at 760 CFMs, which is more than enough for this kitchen, and it will definitely require some makeup air. Next, I started implementing these appliances into a more developed, precise CAD drawing. I then brought this drawing into Procreate to explore the various materials and finishes I had in mind. This design features the rift sawn white oak cabinets and dark gray ceramic tile. It's nice and clean and contrasts well. This layout also features the rift sawn white oak paneling, but is combined with black basalt countertops that also spills up as a backsplash. Finally, this layout features the clear finish vertical grain Douglas fir cabinetry combined with the 3x12 blue-green ceramic tile and black quartz countertops, and I think I like this one the best. Now, we don't quite have enough information just yet to finalize this design into construction drawings. We still need to finalize the structural layout, the building envelope, the HVAC systems, and so on. I'll be making a video in the future discussing how I developed these drawings into detailed construction documents and specifications as we move forward with this design. In the meantime, make sure to get my free guide to designing a home in the Pacific Northwest. Good luck on your projects. Cheers.